I have seen him shoot the puck into pads over and over and over, especially these last 3, 4 games. I need some finish from you.
This is LA Kings Fan Talk with your boys, Rodney, Rob, Darren, and Joe.
Yeah, what is going on? Barely squeak by the Panthers.
Right. Well, and like I said, we lose, and then a couple teams win, and we go from first place for a whole day, and we're in third place, with people that can catch us with games in hands. I mean, I'm not panicking just quite yet, but
Do you think a lot of this has to do with the current injuries to our team?
yes, we are not as good as a team without Trevor Moore, Gabe Vilardi,
And Arthur Kaliev.
and Arthur Kelly.
I didn't see what. I'm sorry that I always ask you guys for information I could find readily online, but I didn't see the game that where Velarde got hurt. So what?
It was practice.
It was a practice.
Practice injury, yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
well, how did they have an estimate? Like,
I don't remember what they said. I just know. I don't think they know even.
They've been pretty
they
quiet
said he's
about
going
it.
back for testing.
Velarde might have been on a date with Lemieux's sister, and Lemieux like two-handed him. Ouch.
that's rough.
Wow.
Where do we go from there? No, I haven't seen a lot of the game. I've watched the last few games. I think I don't know. It's hard to really point out specifically. I think they lost to some good teams, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah. We lost to the Devils and the Stars.
Yeah,
Which
that's
are two
right.
really
Yeah,
good teams.
And
then
then
Tampa-
Nashville, who's right there.
Tampa,
And
yes,
Tampa, yeah.
And the Tampa's really.
but they also beat a couple good teams too. I think. If I'm not mistaken.
No.
Yeah,
Florida.
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Florida's
The Flyers and Blackhawks were two of the three.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So that's those are expected wins. But hey, at least they didn't crap the bed this time with the Flyers.
Right. That's correct. Let's talk numbers.
Let's do it.
Once again, maybe we need to talk about overachievers, underachievers. Call people out. Who's hot, who's not.
That's worked for us before, and some players stepped up their game after watching our last show. So let's do that again.
Call it what you want. Who are you most disappointed in for over the past 4 weeks? Rodney, who?
I got to pick one person, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna say Lemieux. We have him on the roster for a reason, and he's not running around hitting people on every shift like he did in that first or second game he came back, and we talked about that. We said that's what he needs to do every night, and he really hasn't been doing that, which is probably why he's been benched a few times. So
okay, Darren, one guy we're calling this is a call out segment. Call one guy out.
I think Deneau. He's been a little quiet, and I think it's the whole line, but him specifically.
He misses more.
Maybe.
I sang his praises, and now I'm going to take those praises away, and I'm going to go right back to him being my whipping boy, Mr. Iafallo. You've been in that top 6, and you are not producing. I need more from you, buddy. I need a lot more from you. And what's crazy is people are going to say, "Oh, but they're producing chances and all that stuff." I have seen him shoot the puck into pads over and over and over, especially these last 3, 4 games. I need some finish from you, Alex.
What do you got, Joe?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the low hanging fruit here with my guy Carl Grundstrom. It's obvious. He's just not been a factor since the beginning of the season. So when he has been in, he hasn't really done much. Not that there's some other guys on here. I don't know. It's tough to pick out players because in the last 2 or 3 weeks, a lot of these players have had some good highs. Like Fiala had the hat trick and the 2-goal game. And I think I could be wrong, but since kind of fallen off a little bit, but not anything that would ever criticize him. As far as I'm concerned, he's in sainthood. Uh, I mean, I'd agree with Rodney too. Brendan Lemieux. I mean, I think all of us would probably agree that
I'll
he
throw
definitely bring more.
one more in there. I'm going to say Sean Walker. How are we supposed to use him in trade bait if he's not going to step up his game, play better, and score some goals for us?
Fair enough. Yeah, he had a couple about a month ago, right? And since then,
And Dersey had a bad game last game. Just throwing that out there. Dersey, I'm going to say some numbers for people out there that this is our negative section. So if you guys want to fast forward through the negativity, but Dersey's a -14. Walker and Edler are -7s with Grunstrom, who doesn't even play much. But the surprising ones to me is Phil Deneau is a -7 too. So he's tied for second worst on the team. So when I look at Dersey's -14 and Deneau's -7, those are two guys that spend a third of the game out on the ice, and for them to be, -21 combined between the two of us, and look at our goal differential as a team too. I know that's people like to make fun of the Kings. Oh, look they're the only playoff team with a negative goal differential.
it is pretty wild though. The other day when they were one of the times they're in first place,
Yeah.
and there's that glaring. You're looking at it along the stat line, a negative like 7 goal differential. Like, how is this even happening? But I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with the beginning of the season where there was a lot of games where they got shelled and whatnot. I'd have to look, backtrack, but I think since then,
I think I
a lot
looked
of
it
the
up.
games
They
have
have
been closer now.
Yeah, they have like 4 games that they've lost by like 3 or more goals, or 5 games that they've lost by 3 or more goals, and like they've won maybe 2 by 3 or more goals. And
Yeah,
so it's
we're the one goal.
Yeah, we're winning by 1, maybe 2, and we're losing by 2 or 3 more often than not. So.
I think we
3-2
lead
league.
the league. Yeah, we lead the league in 1-goal games, or
Something
we're
like that.
second in the league in 1-goal games. So, in wins of 1-goal game. Yeah, that plus minus stat was just sticking out at me. And then when you look at points, you look at our top 6 forwards. Fiala's the only point per player we have. Kopi's second on the team. So where are those other guys? We're already 52 games in, and you look at a guy like Arvidsson, Kempe. They both of them have the exact same 34 points. It's like, are they going to? Is 50 points really that great for a season? 55 points really that great for a season? It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't think these guys are dog shit in any way, but it's like I said from the very beginning, I would like for us to have 2 30-goal scorers and at least 2 or 3 guys that score over 60 points. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
Not with Kaliev injured, right, Rob?
That's right.
But yeah, that's a good benchmark. I mean, when's the last time the Kings did have 2 30-goal scorers?
Right.
I couldn't tell you.
In the same season? I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Maybe Kopitar is going to catch up now in the goal scoring front. Now that he's got Byfield feeding him.
Yeah, and So if you guys want to talk about, I'll just go ahead and lead the charge here. Like if we talk about players that disappoint you, go throw at the 180 and players that are impressing you. And he definitely is finally starting to show some glimpses. And it's
talking about Byfield.
Yeah. I mean, he's again, I've missed at least a handful of the last like 5 or 6 games, but games that I have seen, like he's definitely been a factor. And so I'm going to go ahead and say that's my guy for the guy that's
Byfield's your guy?
Yeah, who's
overachieving.
Yeah, not necessarily overachieving, but starting to.
Yeah, you're giving him a shout out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Instead of a call out, you're giving him a shout out.
Exactly.
So what's up with you, Rod? Who you got?
Matty Roy playing Just solid defense back there, and Mikey Anderson even more so. Just
I would
stepping
agree with
up,
that. I would absolutely agree with
throwing
that.
up his physical game is coming around now. It's getting a little feisty out there. I like what I'm seeing. I'd like to see him put on a few more pounds of muscle this upcoming off season. But his game is rounding out.
Darren?
Overachievers. My pick would probably be Byfield, but since Joe took him, I'll take Jared Anderson Dolan. I think he's been pretty solid the last couple weeks, stepping in for Velarde.
Yeah, I can't make fun of him. That's for sure. Here's a little weird one. I don't know about his numbers, but I like the way Kempe has actually been kind of putting his chest out during scrums and like grabbing people.
Yeah.
He's playing like his size. He's been playing his size. You know, what is he, 6'3", 210 pounds or something? He's flying out there, you know, I just like the way he's been playing, not necessarily his production or anything like that. But if he's looking like a power forward.
Yeah, agreed on Kempe. And now he's driving to the net, right into the goalie a little more now instead of, shooting it from the outside and stuff.
So the question with that is that because Byfield is playing so much better that he's created some room for Kopitar and Kempe out there? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter what the answer is. That line has been our best line the last few games.
Right.
Yeah, that goal, or both really. I think it was in the Florida game that they had that line had a couple of goals.
Yep.
The one I'm thinking of is when Byfield spun around and like passed it just past the defender, and then no, Kempe got it.
Oh,
and went
yeah,
around the
yeah.
net and then fed it to Kopitar.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that was because I saw that developing too. Like when Kempe started to go across the circle, whatnot, and he just like did a little spin around and softly kind of put it just out of reach of their defender, and yeah, that was a thing of beauty for sure. That one, and then also the power play goal that Kopitar scored too, where it went back to the point, back to the guy on the half wall, which I think was Fiala, and then one time from the circle. So yeah, good to see that stuff. It'd be nice to be able to put Byfield back at center and create some more depth or whatever. And then that I guess that will happen probably when Moore or whoever comes back from injury. But not that he's bad playing with Kopitar and whatnot, but I think ideally we probably want him to play the center position.
Yeah. So as we wind things up here, Rod, are we winding things up?
Winding things up. Got some hockey games to get to.
Yeah, we got. Okay, we have one game left before the All-Star break. Are you guys even going to watch the All-Star game?
Maybe.
I never do. I rarely do.
Yeah.
I do. I watch it all the time. I like all that stupidness. I like seeing their.
I mean, I'll watch
personalities.
if I
Skill
happen
fest.
to know it's good, but yeah.
But we got one game before the All-Star game. It's Carolina. Here's I guess let's pray we get a point out of
Okay,
it.
man.
If we could go into the All-Star break with a point or two going, hopefully we get rest. Kaliev and Moore both skating right now. Maybe these what is it, a 10-day layoff we get?
Something like that.
Hopefully they get healthy and when they come back, it might be a completely different team.
It might be.
How do you make should we make some lines, a healthy team line? What are the lines going to be?
Well, you got to plug Moore and Kaliev and Velarde all back in the lineup. Every single one of them needs to go back in there. So who drops off? Start with that.
I don't think is Velarde coming back though. No, I don't.
Okay,
think
let's not talk about Velarde. Let's talk about the other two for sure. So obviously, if Agamo drops out, I'm thinking, who's the other guy?
It's probably that Lemieux spot, and it just becomes a rotation between Lemieux and Jad and anybody else. So
I don't see him messing with the Kopitar can't be Byfield line right now because they're starting to play pretty good. So maybe throw more back up on that second line. Drop by a follow down.
Well, Velarde might be back, and if he does come back, then that's a third. Yeah, there's going to be 3 guys we got to send away.
I'm just hoping it's not his back again.
Bogmo, Lemieux, and Anderson, Dolan, are all 3, or is any of them 3 better than Moore,
Maybe
Velarde,
Kupari.
Kaliev?
No.
I like the way Kupari's been playing too.
Yeah, definitely keep him. He's the new Grunstrom for me.
I like it.
I think the problem is if we have to make roster moves, he's probably going down just because he's waiver exempt.
Right, he's waiver exempt, but no,
Kupari is?
yeah, he's.
Oh, I'm thinking
Kupari's-
Fagemo. Fagemo goes down before him, though.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Fagemo first, and then
Yeah.
Kupari if we need to send 2.
Right, well, and Turcotte, he's on the
Turcotte,
roster right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
We won't have to send them all down because we'll have room for Kupari to stay.
True.
Well, we'll talk about lines maybe the next time.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get a clearer picture on the injury report. Players start coming back.
Well, Rob, I have a philosophical question for you.
Okay.
Do you like the All-Star games where they have to give every team 1 player? Or would you rather them have, since you watch them more often?
Okay. So here's actually, it might be a lengthy answer here. Yes, I like the All-Star game being a showcase of, and every team sends somebody, hey, here's our best player. What I would like to see, there used to be skills competitions, and it used to just be fastest skater, hardest shot, goalie stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I thought they did it for a while there. They used to send to every team would have their own competitions.
Yeah.
And what I would love to see the NHL do is have a skills competition. Each team run their own, and whoever wins for their team, that's who they send. They can do it. Because
I absolutely agree with you, by the way.
Yeah. Rodney knows Matthew Danno used to be so fast. But never got to show everybody how fast he was because he was never an all-star.
Yeah.
So this is when
Who
a guy
is actually the fastest skater,
right?
Versus the fastest of
all-star
the great
right.
players. Yeah.
Who's the fastest guy at the all-star game is a lot different.
Same with the hardest shot too.
Exactly.
Yeah, like last year they could have sent Martin Furcutt for the hardest shot competition.
Exactly, and to me, that's how you showcase everyone. The games there for the people that make the All-Star team, those are all the household names. And you're selling the game and the league. I get it. But
I think what you do though, I think this is a great solution is you have the All-Star game with the All-Stars, but then have the skills competition with the legit skills.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's
a
whole weekend. It's a whole weekend of showcasing, hey, from the Buffalo Sabres, here's Tage Thompson, who could absolutely fire the puck.
I think it might be tough logistically though, if you literally have, or maybe you take the top 5 players. You maybe take the top 10 of the fastest skaters represented from teams and whatnot. But
right,
because I didn't know until 10 years ago or so, Edmonton and Calgary, some of these Canadian teams do their own skills competition in the summertime.
Well, that's what I was saying is maybe the league can actually. They have enough money to do it. They can put together a committee and mandate every team, hey, one day you players have to show up and shoot the puck and skate around and have your own, and they could monitor it. And then, like you said, the top 6 fastest skaters, regardless of who they are, they perform in the skills competition.
And then there'd be a women's category too.
Yeah. And you know what? You can showcase that.
All right, Kings fans, don't forget to like and subscribe because that is our show for today. Until next time, stay classy and go Kings go!
Okay.
No more Go Kings. You guys aren't feeling it?
Go Kings.
There you go.
Go Kings.